Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Yorkshire Voice. I'm Ben Webster. Coming up today, sewage spills into the region's rivers and seas by Yorkshire Water more than doubled. A new report says exercise can help with insomnia. We'll be speaking to a local community group with tips on how to stay active.
And I'm here in Halifax at the Playhouse, where we're going to be reporting about a real Yorkshire play.
A new report from the Environment Agency has highlighted the increasing levels of sewage overspill in rivers across Yorkshire. Residents living near the River Wharfe said they had seen a marked deterioration in the quality of the water over recent years. We spoke to local people who said they no longer felt it was safe for their families to go into the water because of the levels of pollution from various sources.
I used to paddle in the river a lot, and with my children or with my child, and also all the dogs have always swum in the river. So it's really, really sad and upsetting to see that it's so polluted.
When I was a teenager, it was something that we were very commonly doing, go down to the river after school, further upstream than the centre of town, and we'd go swimming.
And earlier today, I spoke to Vernon Manville, who's chair of Ilkley's Angling Association, and asked him what the impact on the rivers like the Wharfe would be if this kind of pollution continues.
Rivers will basically die. It will shut down the biodiversity of the invertebrate fauna that form the base of the food chain. Fish stocks will decrease. The rivers are under enormous pressure anyway from multiple sources, not just sewage pollution, but pollution from agriculture, diffuse sources, increased abstraction during the summer. Any increase in pollution to the River Wharfe and other rivers throughout Yorkshire can only have a detrimental effect on the quality of the fishing and have impacts on the other wildlife in the area. The rivers in Yorkshire are the lifeblood of the land. They're an essential part of the landscape and the ecosystems.
Well, we have a statement from Yorkshire Water. They say they're committing to improving our region's rivers and were disappointed about the number of discharges in 2023. They go on to say the increase is due to the wet weather experienced in the 12-month period, which included 11 named storms. Nevertheless, we know there is more to do, and we are making a headway with our £180 million programme to reduce discharges across the region by April 2025. Some news in brief now. A long-running British social attitude survey has revealed that public satisfaction with the NHS is at a record low, in particular with GPs, hospital appointments, staff shortages, as well as insufficient government spending. Fewer than 1 in 4 surveyed said they were satisfied with the NHS. One of the main reasons behind this lull is low satisfaction with the waiting times. The Department for Health and Social Care say they're providing record funding, and waiting times have decreased for the 4th month in a row. Yorkshire Building Society have announced they'll be offering a new mortgage deal for first-time buyers. Those trying to get on the housing ladder will need just a £5,000 deposit, which means aspiring homeowners can potentially borrow up to 99% of the property value. They'll still need to show they can afford repayments and meet strict credit checks. Now, if you're one of those people who toss and turn all night, then there could be some good news for you, because getting active like this could be the answer. A new study has found that people who exercised at least twice a week saw a decrease in insomnia symptoms. However, increasing our fitness levels can be easier said than done so. Joining me today in the studio, we have volunteers from Good Gym in Leeds, and I think this is something I definitely need to know more about. So guys, what is Good Gym?
Good Gym is an organisation that aims to combine doing good and keeping fit by engaging with local organisations and doing tasks that have got a physical element to it. We encourage members to either walk, run, cycle to the task, and then we will support them with their fitness journey.
And you work with lots of different organisations, and you'll have different activities for these organisations. What are the kinds of activities you have?
So all of the activities we do are in an effort to aid the local community, and we do quite a variety. So one week we might be at a community garden doing shoveling or planting flowers, and the next week we might be litter picking, and yeah, it changes on a regular basis. So what are the kind of organisations you're working with then, in terms of who these people are?
They're all charities. You have to be a charity to apply for Good Gym for us to be involved. And have got an enormous variety of different purposes, from community farms, local schools, other charities such as people helping the homeless and needing help to sort their donations. So there's majority of them are outdoor tasks, but over winter when we're doing a lot of evenings we try to get some indoor tasks as well.
And now I think it'd be great for everyone watching today to get a few exercises that they themselves can try. So I think you have two ready for us. Yes. The first one
is a stretch. It's actually a hamstring stretch, and it's quite nice to do when you've done a bit of running or walking. And it's just one foot in front of the other and a sweep like that. And this one is called? It's just called a hamstring stretch. A hamstring stretch. So just a sweep down and through like that. Yes. And do you have one as well for us? Yes. Just quickly for the end. It's just a very simple one. It's a one-leg stand, and all you need to do is just stand like this and try and hold it for around 30 to 60 seconds and then go back down and then keep doing those over and over. Well, thank you very much, guys. Now, as we've previously reported, Bradford is the UK's City of Culture for 2025. The city has received £36.5 million for the year-long event, which celebrates a range of art, literature and performance. But how do the city's leaders ensure everyone is involved? Mimi Ibrahim has been finding out more.
The countdown has begun for Bradford UK City of Culture 2025. But how is Bradford 2025 ensuring that all the many varied neighbourhoods are represented?
So we've spent the last year really getting to know communities in Bradford and forming those links within community groups as well. So we're hoping that way we'll have a really diverse range of people across Bradford. So we've talked to some BAME groups, we're working with the Race Equality Network and the Bradford Hate Alliance as well to make sure that we're covering everybody across the district. We've got targeted demographic groups that we've gone for. We haven't put certain numbers on that yet. What we want to do is just make sure we're involving everybody from those communities.
It is estimated that Bradford will see 15.5 million visitors who are expected to spend £136 million, attending over 1,000 performances throughout 2025.
When we had our brand launch, we were delighted to announce some of our first events and our new logo, the Love Bradford logo. I think it really encapsulates everything that's amazing about Bradford. So we've got 3 colours in there. We've got the green that covers the moors, the yellow that relates back to Bradford City, the football club, and we've got the pink as well, which I think really shows the vibrancy and the playfulness and sort of the youth aspect of Bradford. We're actually the youngest city in the UK. And we're also the most diverse outside of London as well. So we've announced some events which are really exciting. We've got leisure giraffes that will be coming into the city centre. They're a French puppet company, so there's going to be some very large giraffes going around August Bank Holiday weekend. We're really looking forward to that.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say Bradford will be head and shoulders above the rest in 2025. Reporting for Yorkshire Voice, I'm Mimi Ibrahim.
Now, there are plays and then there are proper Yorkshire plays. And as it's World Theatre Day today, it's only right we tell you about a new Yorkshire-produced play at Halifax Playhouse. Can't Go Back, an original comedy musical, premieres tomorrow night. Our reporter Mark McKeown comes to us live from the theatre, where he's joined by playwright and actor James McKeown. Hi, Mark.
Hi Ben, yes that's correct. I'm right outside here, the Halifax Playhouse, right in the heart of Halifax, which of course is in Yorkshire, and I'm joined with Mr. James McKeown, who is not just the director, he is also the lead actor, yes, amongst many things. Can you tell us all the roles you're playing?
Yes, I can try. Lyricist, writer of the script. I co-wrote the music with our fantastic musical composer Mark Baker, and props, costume, set design, There's a few hats that I'm wearing tonight, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So he's quite the Swiss Army knife. And of course, this has been a real Halifax effort. The whole town has really got behind you.
Absolutely. This show could not happen without the talent and the experience and the creativity of the people of Halifax, whether it's performers or musicians. Everyone's involved, and we've all come together to hopefully put on a great show set in Halifax, all about the local area.
Brilliant. And of course, it's a Yorkshire play, but it's also a comedy.
Yes, absolutely.
I understand that there's a lot of traditional jokes in it, a lot of old school humour.
Yes, absolutely. One of my favourites, influences like Morecambe and Wise, comedians like that, Victoria Wood. Yes, we've hopefully wrapped all that up into the show because we just want a good night out, people to laugh.
And of course, you do break the fourth wall. And so yes, and what particularly makes it Yorkshire?
The show's set in a series of Yorkshire working men's clubs. I've been singing in these clubs for 15 years now. The character that I play, Jack, was a former cruise ship entertainer who ended up losing his job for reasons, spoiler alert, but ends up back in Yorkshire and singing in these pubs and clubs that he's not used to, the lack of glamour. I am a former cruise ship entertainer who lost my job for reason, ended up singing in a series of local pubs and clubs. So we've got shout outs for Brighouse in this show. We've got a rapper who rhymes Cleckheaton and Bingley and all these other Yorkshire areas as well. And so yeah, it's firmly set in this area, based starring people from this area, and yeah, hopefully the humour of the north.
So a bit of a thinly veiled bio of you.
Yes,
I have a very direct question for you though, James. Would you mind doing a couple of lines, singing them from the play? I know we don't have the musical accompaniment. You're naked here, but would you mind?
Okay, I shall give it a whirl. There's a song called the Diagnosis Song, which is when a character is diagnosed with diabetes. It's one of the themes of the play, type 1 diabetes, and he's reading and learning all about the disease that he's got to start getting used to. So we'll give it a try. Do you want to?
Let's give it a
bash. Do you want to break that fourth wall down?
Fourth wall, break it.
Diabetic retinopathy means complex ophthalmology, and epidemiologically some surgery may help me see. A mid-end stage nephropathy, my kidneys may show apathy, and tragically they'll diagnose dialysis quite snappily. Whoever has gastroparesis finds it ghastly. Here's my thesis, not facetious, but my feces will decrease, it can't be treated.
And what a treat it's been here at Halifax Playhouse. From Halifax, I'm Mark McKeown.
Thanks, Mark. Now, there's a brand new Yorkshire Dales edition of the Monopoly game out today, and all the squares are local landmarks. You could end up on spots such as Settle Railway Station, Fountains Abbey and Massam Market, but the highest value spot, our very own Mayfair, is Bolton Abbey. We've been to see why.
Bolton Abbey is one of the premier tourist spots in the whole of Yorkshire, not just North Yorkshire but anywhere. People come from all over here, not only from all the areas of Yorkshire but further afield. Famous for the beauty of its setting, its walks, its well-maintained estate and paths and bridges by the estate. So I'm not surprised that Bolton Abbey's come on top.
It's one of my favourite places. I was married at the Borden, the priest's house at Borden end of the estate. Absolutely love walking around here. I literally probably come here at least once a month. I am actually from Lancashire, but not so very far away, but live in Yorkshire now, so it's local really to me. But I recommend anybody to come here. Tea rooms, lots of history, lots of nice countryside, great walks. Couldn't get any better really.
Well, it's been a chilly few days, but how is it looking as we head towards the Easter weekend? We can cross to Frankie with all the details. Frankie.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, it has been a cold start to spring, but as you can see by the daffodils behind me, it is now spring indeed. It's been a mixed bag today. We've had a few sunny spells, as we're in right now, and a few showery spells as well. Going into this evening, it is going to be cloudy, and there will be some spots of rain throughout West Yorkshire, even a possibility of hail coming in with some of those showers. But for most of us, it will stay dry. Okay, and overnight we can expect a lot of rain pushing up from the south, so it'll be a wet start for tomorrow morning. You're all caught up with the weather here from Yorkshire Voice. Back to you in the studio, Ben.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Check us out on social media and at yorkshirevoice.com. Thanks for joining us, and on with the exercise. I'm going to sleep well tonight. Thanks, guys, for coming in today.
Thank you.